Welcome back to John, your daily sports dump, where we plunge into the sports world. We're your sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest takes in the sports industry. So by taking care of business, let us suss out the details and fill you in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. I'm your host, John, and today we're doing an all-football podcast. We're going to talk about the playoff football that happened over this weekend and the college football playoff that happened over this weekend. But first game I want to start with, Bills versus Jaguars. Josh Allen, I've said and I believe that this is, if Josh Allen wants to win a Super Bowl, this is the year. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Jackson in the playoffs. This is the year for him to win it. And he stepped up and played an amazing game. 2 rushing touchdowns, and one of them looked like he could have kept on going. That one when he was just running through the pile and kept on going. Didn't turn the ball over at all. And they made Trevor Lawrence look human. Trevor Lawrence has been playing amazing football this whole season. And they made him turn the ball over twice. One time was a costly turnover. The second one cost the Jags the season. And, the Bills looked good. And they look like they're going to be a scary matchup for whoever has to play them. The Jaguars, I thought, were one of the hottest teams in the NFL. And the Bills went in there, ended their 33-year road playoff drought also. And they did it without a rushing attack. James Cook could not run the ball to save them lives, and this dude led the league in rush yards. The Jags were able to shut him down, and they made Josh Allen have to pass the ball and be an effective passer. And then, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They made Josh Allen beat them. It had to be Josh Allen. It wasn't going to be James Cook. It was not going to be this past game. It was going to be Josh Allen. It was going to be Josh Allen throwing the ball, running the ball. It was going to be Josh Allen winning the game. It's not going to be anyone else, and Josh Allen won the game. So that just shows how great he was. Next game I want to talk about, 49ers-Eagles. I'm not shocked that the Eagles lost. The Eagles' offense and the Eagles were frauds this whole year, and they finally got exposed. Brock Purdy, not great game, but a solid game. 2 touchdowns. The 2 interceptions is a little worrisome, especially going against, now they'll be playing Seattle. That's going to be a scary game for them if he turns the ball over again. But Christian McCaffrey, what can't this dude do? Another 100-plus yard game with a touchdown, big receiving touchdown from Jawan Jennings, too. A great play call by Kyle Shanahan to trust his receivers. 49ers defense shut down the Eagles offense, right? I know it's the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback in the NFL. I think he's bottom 15 to 15. I don't think he's that good. I think he showed it. And there's going to be no repeat. I didn't think there was going to be a repeat after watching what my Bears did to the Eagles, but now we can say there's not confidently not going to be a repeat. So that game was crazy. Brock Purdy cannot turn the ball over against the Seahawks with how good that defense is. You give up 1 turnover, that could be game, right? Because this offense for the Seahawks can get the job done. Sam Darnold's had a good year this year. He's been one of the best signings in the offseason, but this defense is legit. They only give up 17 points per game. It's a very, very trap game for the Niners if they want to continue their playoff success this year. And the final game from yesterday that I want to talk about, Patriots-Chargers. This Patriots defense is a Super Bowl defense. I saw it. I saw enough, right? Justin Herbert was constantly getting pressured in the backfield. They were held to 3 total points, multiple 3-and-out drives, under 250 total yards for a whole offensive game is insane. Patriots offense, right? 16 points. That's not going to get the job done. But when your defense plays that good and Drake May comes up in those clutch situations, throws that ball to Hunter Henry, and does the job that he needs to get done, I think that is exactly what an MVP sort of quarterback does. Now, I think the winner of the MVP is who I'll talk about next. Matthew Stafford had a great weekend. Turned the ball over a little bit. It was close, too close for, I think, Rams fans' comfort, but they were able to score on 4 of their final 5 drives. And, Matthew Stafford, MVP drive right there to win the game. And Ferguson with the insane, Moss catch on the sideline, able to keep his feet in and then score. Puka Nacua is going to be a problem for the Chicago Bears in this upcoming weekend. I don't care what the weather is. I don't care how good or bad Matthew Stafford's been in the, winter inclement weather. It's going to be a hard game for the Bears corners, especially. Puka and Devontae Adams are going to have a big game. So that's going to be one of the interesting games. But the one game that I didn't talk about is my Chicago Bears were able to come back down 21-3 against the Packers. First time Bears have won a playoff game in over 15 years. Packers, failed to dominate the Bears. Scored, I think, 6 points. Brandon McManus, you should find a new job because you're not coming back. And Matt LaFleur, right, he hasn't won the playoff games. The Packers just announced today that they're keeping him. I think that's a smart idea. He's one of the best head coaches in the NFL, right? You can say he hasn't won the playoffs, but that will come, I think, right? It might not come this year, and obviously I'm a Bears fan. I hope it never comes for the Packers. But Matt LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the NFL. Caleb Williams, though, if you watch this game, Caleb Williams played a better game. You look at the stats, Jordan Love played a better game. But if you watch this game, Caleb Williams backed my point up. Caleb Williams is better than Jordan Love, and he backed it up. That throw to Rome on 4th and 8, I talked about it on my earlier TikTok today. Caleb Williams has shown everything for you guys to believe that he's the top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's made the big-time plays. He's clutch in the fourth quarter. When his team needs him, he makes wins. He's a leader on the team. Multiple reports said that Caleb Williams at halftime said, we're going to make the biggest comeback right to the locker room. They end up making that comeback. So Caleb Williams is a leader. He makes winning plays, and when his team needs him to, he's clutch, he locks in, and he wins the game for them. Just think, if he doesn't make that ball that he throws to Rome cannot be anywhere else, or else it's batted away. That needs to hit Rome right on the numbers. That's exactly what it does. No other quarterback I think 2-3 quarterbacks in the league make that throw. I think Josh Allen, I think Patrick Mahomes, and I think arguably you could argue Joe Burrow. I don't think any other quarterback in the league makes that throw. That's how highly I view Caleb Williams. He threw for almost 400 pass yards, right? 2 passing touchdowns. He can carry this Bears team to the Bears could win the Super Bowl. That's not a crazy thing to say that. With how good they are in the late game situations, what defines a team more? Being a good team in the late part of the game. That's the most important time to be a good competitive team, and the Bears are like that. But that's all the NFL. We got one more game tonight, the Texans versus Steelers. If the Texans do not steamroll the Steelers, there is something wrong with the Texans. Their defense has been too good for them not to steamroll the Steelers tonight. So this game, I feel like it should not be a close game. Steelers should get manhandled tonight. But college football semifinals played this weekend as well. And, you guys know how I feel. I'm not a huge Indiana fan, but I mean, being Oregon 56-22, Fernando Mendoza, 5 passing touchdowns. Again, 50-plus points, a double. They won both of their games by, I think, 20-plus points in the college football playoff. Fernando Mendoza has more incompletions than he has interceptions. Think about that. That is insane. He does not turn the ball over, and even though I am critical of Fernando Mendoza, I do not think he was, statistically a good Heisman quarterback. He proved it in this game. He's the Heisman quarterback, and I'm willing to admit it. I was wrong. I thought he wasn't the Heisman quarterback. I thought Diego Pavia was. But Diego Pavia wins against, you should beat Iowa if you're a Heisman quarterback. Fernando Mendoza beat Oregon and beat Alabama handily. Did not bat an eye at all. And now he's going into the college football championship as a minus 300 favorite. The Indiana Hoosiers, and I'll talk about this Miami game next. Miami has been counted out. This is why this game is going to be interesting. Now kind of transitioning to the Miami Ole Miss game, which was a great game. Carson Beck has played amazing, has fit perfectly in this role with Miami. And Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss, has, I think, in 1 year at SEC football has proven he could be an NFL quarterback. That's how well I think he played. And I think if he played the whole season, he could have been the Heisman. That's how well I think Trinidad Chambliss is playing. And I think if he came back next year, I think he would be a Heisman favorite. That's really what I believe. The thing with this game, what makes it so interesting, Miami, first game, they were not favored against Texas A&M. Were not favored against Ohio State. They weren't favorites against Ole Miss. They've been underdogs this whole playoff thing, and that is why I feel this game could be close. And I could be wrong. It could be 56-20 again, and Indiana could dominate. But I think this could be a lot closer game than a lot of people think because Miami has been the underdog this whole playoff. They weren't supposed to get in, right? Notre Dame fans, I know you're mad right now. Miami is dominating, doing what you were doing last year. Miami has been underdogs this whole playoff, and they have won this whole playoff because of that. That's what I think makes the difference in this game. And right, I still do think Indiana will win. I think it's going to be a lot closer of a game than most people think. But it has been a great weekend of college football and NFL football. This next weekend is going to be awesome. Monday, we have a great college football championship game next week, and then we have a great weekend of NFL playoffs. Thanks for tuning in today's episode of The John, where we plunge into everything sports and beyond and flush out all the nonsense. Today, guys, we talked about college football, NFL football, and the exciting schedules and games that we have upcoming. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for sports updates and hot takes in real time. Join me next time on The John, your daily sports simp. We'll be giving you guys a feasible matter of statistical insight. Until then, keep game face on and stay regular. This is The John.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody open